The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
हरि ओम् सर्वेभ्यः नमस्काराः। क्षम्यताम् मम इंटरनेट कनेक्शन किञ्चित् समस्या आसीत्। येनाक्षरसमां नान्यम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तीश्वरिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः तृतीयं प्रकरणम् आरम्भणीयमस्ति। अत्सन्धिप्रकरणम् इति प्रकरणस्य नाम। आदौ संज्ञाप्रकरणे व्याकरणशास्त्रोपयोगिनीः काश्चन संज्ञाः उक्त्वा दीक्षिताः। तदा परिभाषाप्रकरणे सूत्राणाम् अर्थनिर्णयः कथं करणीयः इति उक्तवन्तः। इदानीं वस्तुतः प्रक्रिया अर्थात् विधिसूत्राणि सूत्रं षोडश इति प्रथमकक्षायाम् उक्तमासीत्। संज्ञा च परिभाषा च विधिर्नियम एव च अतिदेशोऽधिकारश्च षड्विधं सूत्रम् उच्यते। तत्र सर्वदा विधिसूत्राणामेव प्रामुख्यम्। यतोहि यत्किमपि कार्यं विधिसूत्रेणैव क्रियते। तस्मात् संज्ञासूत्राणि वा भवन्तु परिभाषासूत्राणि वा भवन्तु विध्युपकारकाणि एव भवन्ति। अर्थात् विधिसूत्रस्य उपकारकाः विधिसूत्रस्य साहाय्यकाः भवन्ति संज्ञाः परिभाषाश्च। इदानीं वस्तुतः विधिसूत्रम् इतः आरभ्यते। अष्टाध्याय्यां सन्ति सूत्राणि, षष्ठाध्याये सन्ति, पुनश्च अष्टमाध्याये सन्ति। किन्तु सन्धिज्ञानं विना अन्या कापि प्रक्रिया ज्ञातुम् अशक्या इत्यतः दीक्षिताः आदौ सन्धिप्रकरणं यच्छन्ति। अत्र आदौ सन्देहः उदेति, सन्धिः नाम कः? यतोहि अस्माभिः व्याकरणशास्त्रस्य संज्ञाः अधीताः, तत्र क्वापि सन्धिः इति संज्ञा नाधीता। There was no term called sandhi which was defined. Actually, Panini has not even used the term sandhi. The exact word sandhi has not been used by Panini. But the word is universally accepted in grammar. Perhaps it was there before Panini's time, or perhaps it came into practice later, we do not know. But Panini refers only to the karya. Say if you are doing yan, he says yan bhavati. He does not say it is yan sandhi. Right? So what is sandhi is the first question. The literal meaning of sandhi is a joint. Sandhi means a joint. So that is what it also means here. It means the joining of letters. That is, if there is a varna vyatyaya. संहितायां सत्यां क्वचित् वर्णव्यत्ययः सम्भवति, स एव सन्धिः इत्युच्यते। अर्थात् सन्धिः नाम वर्णव्यत्ययः इति साधारणतया वक्तुं शक्यते। You can just define sandhi as a change that takes place when two letters are uttered close to each other. Sandhis are actually not artificial. Because if most of the sandhis, if you pronounce the letters close enough, the sandhi automatically takes place. When the letters get close enough, there is some change in the letters, in the pronunciation of letters, which manifests itself as sandhi. So when does sandhi happen? When the letters are uttered close enough. That is nothing but our samhita. Samhita samyatsu samya prakarane adhita. Parassannikarsh samhita. Varnanam atishayitah sannidhi samhita samyah syat. Yada dvau varnau parasparam samipyena उच्चार्येते तदा तदेव संहिता इत्युच्यते। यदा संहिता भवति अर्थात् यदा वर्णानां सामीप्यं भवति तदा क्वचित् वर्णव्यत्ययः भवति, क्वचिन् न भवति इति सत्यं, किन्तु क्वचित् भवति। यदा भवति तदेव सन्धिः इत्युच्यते। अर्थात् सन्धिः कदा भवति? संहितायां षष्ठ्यां भवति। संहिता कदा भवति इति चेत् यदा वर्णाः परस्परं अविलम्बेन उच्चार्यन्ते तदा संहिता। किन्तु संहितायाः केचन नियमाः सन्ति। अर्थात् क्व संहिता नित्या क्व च अनित्या इत्युक्ते कश्चन प्राचीनश्लोकः अस्ति। संहितैकपदे नित्या नित्या धातूपसर्गयोः नित्या समासे वाक्ये तु सा विवक्षाम् अपेक्षते। I told that Samhita is nothing but uttering the letters close to each other. But the question is it optional? Is it my choice? Can I utter the words late if I want? Or can I utter the letters separated from each other? Or should I utter them closely? Is a question. So there are some cases where Samhita is Nitya. That is, the letters are always closed and the Sandhi always happens. It is called the Nityatva of Samhita. And there are some cases where you have an option. If you utter them close together, you can do the Sandhi, or if you want, you can keep them separate. So this shloka gives where is it Samhita is Nitya and where it is Anitya. By saying Samhita is Nitya, I mean that Sandhi will happen. Wherever there is Samhita, Sandhi will automatically happen. यत्र संहिता नित्या तत्र संधिरपि भवत्येव। क्व संहिता नित्या? संहिता एकपदे नित्या। अर्थात् एकस्य पदस्य मध्ये यदा वर्णौ भवतः तदा तत्र संहिता भवत्येव। पदं नाम किं? सुप्तिङन्तं पदं। सुबन्तं तिङन्तं च पदसंज्ञं भवति इत्युक्तं। सुबन्तस्य मध्ये तिङन्तस्य मध्ये वा यदि अवकाशः अस्ति तर्हि सन्धिः भवेदेव। उदाहरणार्थं राम इति प्रातिपदिकम् अस्ति, अकारान्तं प्रातिपदिकं। तस्मात् पञ्चमी एकवचने, पञ्चमी विभक्तौ एकवचने ङसि इति प्रत्ययः क्रियते, प्रत्ययस्य आत् इति आदेशः भवति। इदानीं राम इति प्रातिपदिकम्, आत् इति प्रत्ययः आहत्य आत् इत्यस्य सुप्तवात् सुबन्तं, राम आत् इति सुबन्तं। सुबन्तं नाम पदम्। एकस्य पदस्य मध्ये यदा वर्णाः सन्ति तदा संहिता नित्या। अर्थात् राम आत् इति स्थितौ रामात् इति सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिः नित्यं करणीय एव। There is no option. If there is some sandhikarya which can happen within a single word, then it has to happen. There is no option for not doing it. Okay? Similarly, धातूपसर्गयोः संहिता नित्या। धातोः उपसर्गस्य मध्ये सर्वदा संहिता भवत्येव। उप एति इत्यस्ति चेत् तत्र वृद्धिः उप इति इत्येव उप एति इति भिन्नतया वक्तुम् अवकाशः नास्ति। The form is only उप इति. You should always join dhatu with its upasarga. You cannot pronounce them separately. समासे दैत्यानाम् अरिः दैत्यारिः इत्यतः दैत्य इति अरिः इति च पदद्वयं। तथापि समासे संहिता नित्या इत्युक्तत्वात् अत्रापि सन्धिः भवत्येव। Even though the samasa is between two words, the samhita is always nitya between the two words which form the part of the samasa. So within the samasa, you have to do the sandhi. Daitya arihi becomes daitya arihi. So when is it that you have an option? Is vakye sa vivaksham apekshate. Vaktuh ichha vivaksha. Vivaksha means the desire of one who is speaking. When I am speaking, if it is a vakya. Vakya means padasamuho vakyam iti tarkikanam lakshanam. Athava ekating vakyam iti vayyakaranaanam lakshanam. A vakya is generally a group of words. So in between the different words of a sentence, the samhita is optional. That is, if you want to pronounce them closer, then you can and make the sandhi, or you can also place them separately and not do the sandhi. Iti api iti padadvayam, bhinnam padadvayam. Idanim etayoh madhye samhita vivaksham apekshate. Yadi mama vivaksha asti, tarhi yan sandhim kritva ityapi iti vartum shakyate. Yadi nasti, tarhi iti api iti bhinnam padadvayam api sadhu. So this is about samhita. Where is samhita nitya and where is it anitya? Wherever samhita is nitya, that is within a single word, between a dhatu and upasarga, and within a samasa, you have to do the sandhi. In between the different words of a sentence, it's your wish. You can either do or not do. And sandhihi ityuktam. Sandhihi nama varnavyatyayaha. Sacha vyatyayaha tredha bhavitum arhati. Tadeva sandhikaryam ityukte. Sandhau yat karyam kriyate tat sandhikaryam. Sandhikaryam tredha bhavati. Adeshaha, agamaha, lopascheti. Adeshaha nama Adesha is a replacement. You know, when one letter is replaced by another letter, that is what we call an Adesha. For example, you have Iko Yanachi. It says Ikaha Yan. Ik is replaced by Yan. So the Yan is an Adesha. Ad Gunaha. When Akara is followed by Ach, the Akara and Ach are replaced by a Guna letter. That is either A or O. So the Guna is an Adesha. Sudhi upasyaha iti sthite iko yanachi ityanena yanadeshe krite yan iti adeshaha ikarasya sthane yakaraha adeshaha atra ikarasya iti bhavet na tu ikarasya sthane yakaraha adeshaha rama ishaha akarat ikare pare ubhayoh sthane replacing both akara and ikara you have an ekaraha adeshaha bhavati ayam adeshaha. Agamaha. An agama is a new particle which is added on. Right? So, for example, you have Namo Hasvadati Namo Nityam. Has San Achyutaha. It is kite. Nakaragamaha kriyate. Arthata atra sthanini ekaha nakaraha shruyate. San ityatra ekvayava. Adeshe tu nakaradvayam shruyate. San Achyutaha. Ayam nakaragamaha. Evameva unoh kuktikshari iti sutrena अत्र ककारागमः क्रियते प्राङ् षष्ठः इति स्थिते नकारात् अनन्तरं ककारः आगमः भवति अर्थात् प्राङ्क् षष्ठः इति श्रूयते. तृतीयं सन्धिकार्यं भवति लोपः. लोपः इत्युक्ते अदर्शनं लोपः. यत् पूर्वम् आसीत् किन्तु इदानीं न दृश्यते सः लोपः इत्युच्यते. लोपोऽपि आदेश एव. Even lopa is considered an adesha in most of the cases, but since it fundamentally appears to be different, you call it a separate sandhikarya. Lopa is where something was there and it is not seen now. Lopashakalyasya ityuchyate harayu ehi iti sthite yakaraha ekarasya lope sati hara ehi iti bhavati. Iti त्रीणि उदाहरणानि सन्धिकार्याणां. सन्धिकार्यं त्रेधा आदेशः आगमः लोपश्चेति. कश्चन प्रश्नः? I think she must have raised her hand by mistake. Hello, Vijayalakshmi ma'am. Are there any questions so far? Just excuse me for a moment. I'll try to find a quieter place. There seems to be a lot of noise from the neighboring house. So, just a moment, please. Hello. Can you hear me? Anna? Hello.
Soumya, yes, we can hear you.
Great. Somebody has a question?
There are a couple of questions typed, Soumya. Can you please look?
Okay. There are a couple of questions. So, can you explain Agama again? Agama means just an addition. Adesha is a replacement and an Agama is an addition. When you do not have something, say for example in Sanachita, the letters you have initially are Sakara, Akara, Nakara. You hear one Nakara and it is followed by Akara. Sa, Na, N, A is what you hear. But if you see in the Rupa, you have two Nakaras. Sanachita. There are two Nakaras. There is one extra Nakara added on. That is an Agama. An Agama is always where there is some addition to the already existing thing. Adesha is where there is a replacement and Lopa is where there is a deletion. Okay. So, and Suddhyupasya. Suddhyupasya ityatra. In Suddhyupasya you have Sudhi and Upasya. Right? So you can see that you have Sudh, E and U. Whereas here you have Sudh, Y and U. The E is replaced by Ya, which is an Adesha. Yan, Yakara is the Adesha. Yakara is replacing Ikara. Okay. So we'll see Suddhyupasya again now. Suddhyupasya will be our main example of today. So if there is a doubt, I'll explain it again. Yeah, the sutras which I mentioned in the Agamas will all sutras which I mentioned, all examples will be covered later. I'm just taking them now because I need an example and I'm not going into detail into any of the examples. So all the examples we'll see at their proper places. And there's one more question where Kalivaradhanji says there is something called a Prakriti Bhava. What is Prakriti Bhava? I'll come to it in a moment. We'll see what is Prakriti Bhava. Any other questions? Kameshwari Mami, I think she can't answer. Hello? Kameshwari Mami, can't you hear me? Or can't you see the audio? I mean, see the thing? Hello? Hello? Yeah. You can't? Huh? Hello?
I can't audio.
You can't hear, huh?
I cannot see that.
Hello? Not hearing me. Wait, is it only some people who are not hearing me or everybody has a problem? Ravi? Okay, so I think a few people can hear. Okay, let's see. Sunila has a doubt.
Perhaps, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I can. Please.
Can you please explain what is Vivaksha is it a person or a speaker's desire? Is it left to the desire or the
Exactly.
icha of the speaker, or
Exactly.
Vivaksha.
Vivaktuhu ichha. What the speaker wants is vivaksha. If the speaker wants to do sandhi,
Then
that is,
he
if he
can
wants
make
to
the
pronounce them close enough, he can make the sandhi. Or if he wants to pronounce them separately, he is still free to do it.
yeah. Thank you.
Or a single word. In a samasa, even if I want to keep them separate, I am not allowed to. But
Yeah.
between two words, I will be allowed to.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So if are there any other questions? अन्य प्रश्नाः सन्ति चेत् पृच्छन्तु, नो चेत् अग्रे गच्छामः। सन्धिकार्यं त्रिविधम्। सन्धिः सन्धयः कतिविधाः? यथा मया उक्तं पाणिनिना सन्धिः इति न प्रयुक्तम्, अतः सन्धिः कतिविधः इत्यपि तेन नोच्यते। किन्तु सौकर्यानुरोधेन, for convenience, the sandhis have been divided in 5 chapters by Bhattoji Dikshita. All sandhis are covered in 5 chapters, which is called together as the Panchasandhi Prakaranam. Panchasandhi Prakaranam इत्युच्यते। के सन्धयः इत्युक्ते आदौ अच् सन्धिः। अच् नाम स्वरः। स्वराणां यत्र व्यत्ययः भवति, सन्धिः नाम वर्णव्यत्ययः, यत्र स्वरस्य व्यत्ययः श्रूयते सः अच् सन्धिः। ततः अच् सन्धौ प्रकृतिभावः इत्यस्ति। प्रकृतिभावः नाम सन्धेः अभावः, सन्धिकार्यस्य अभावः प्रकृतिभावः इत्युच्यते। यत्र सन्धिः प्राप्नोति किन्तु न भवति, where there is a where the sandhi could apply. That is, for example, there is Hari Etau. If there is a form called Hari Etau, then the end sandhi rules will apply. Iko enachi, ik is followed by ach, and end sandhi should happen. But there is a separate rule which says in certain conditions sandhi does not happen. That is Prakriti Bhava. Prakriti Bhava is the absence of sandhi. Where the sandhi is prohibited, that is called Prakriti Bhava. ततः हल् सन्धिः। हलां नाम व्यञ्जनवर्णानां यत्र व्यत्ययः भवति सः हल् सन्धिः। विसर्गसन्धिः, यत्र विसर्गसम्बन्धीनि कार्याणि भवन्ति सः विसर्गसन्धिः। स्वादिसन्धिः, सु नाम स्वादिप्रत्ययः, स्रौदस् इत्यादि प्रत्ययाः, तेषु प्रत्ययेषु परेषु यानि कार्याणि भवन्ति, वर्णव्यत्ययरूपाणि कार्याणि, तानि स्वादिसन्धिषु उच्यन्ते। एवम् एतत् आहत्य पञ्चसन्धिप्रकरणम् इति उच्यते। तत्र प्रथमं भवति अच्सन्धिप्रकरणम्। अच्सन्धिप्रकरणे प्रथमं सूत्रम् इको एणचि, औत्सर्गिकं सूत्रम्। पदत्रयमस्ति, इकः यण् अचि। संहितायाम् इत्यधिकारः अस्ति। षष्ठाध्यायस्य प्रथमपादस्य 270तमसूत्रादारभ्य संहितायाम् इत्यारभ्यते। अर्थात् यानि यानि सूत्राणि इदानीम् उच्यन्ते तेषां कार्याणि संहितायां सत्यामेव भवन्ति। अत एव उक्तं सन्धिः नाम सन्धयः संहितायां सत्यामेव भवन्ति इति। Yulia is asking if there is special reason that we study sandhis in this order and not in. If you are asking if the sandhi has to be in this order, no. But then that is how Panini, as in the Sandhi Sutras, the first sandhis you find are the ach sandhis, which are followed by the Prakriti Bhava Sutras. And then the rest of the sandhis you find later in the Ashtadhyayi. Maybe that is why. And also the traditional way of studying sandhis has been starting from N, etc. Among that, as in within that, if you ask, is there a reason why we study Yan first and Savarna Dirgha later? There is definitely a reason. We study in the order of the Ashtadhyayi. Why don't we study Sandhi prohibition at the end? That was her meaning. I said that you have ach sandhi which is immediately followed by sandhi prohibition. That is because the prohibition for the sandhi is only for ach sandhi. It is only the ach sandhis which are ever prohibited and never the hal sandhis or the other. So it is a part of ach sandhi. There are some cases where the ach sandhi is prohibited, and that is why we study prakriti bhava immediately after swara sandhi. Starting with swara sandhi, iko and achi, padatrayam asti, ikaha yan achi, samhitayam ityadhikriyate. कथम अर्थः इदानीं येषु विधिसूत्रेषु अस्माभिः यानि यानि संज्ञासूत्राणि परिभाषासूत्राणि च अधीतानि सर्वेषां प्रयोगः करणीयः. इकः इति प्रथमं पदं षष्ठी विभक्तौ अस्ति. इकः इति षष्ठी. षष्ठ्याः कः अर्थः? षष्ठी स्थाने योग इति परिभाषा. तस्मात् षष्ठी इत्युक्ते इकः स्थाने इत्यर्थः लब्धः. यण् इति प्रथमा विभक्तिः. लोके शास्त्रे उभयत्र प्रथमा विभक्त्याः विधेयः इत्यर्थः. That which is ordained is vidheya. Everywhere, even in the normal Sanskrit and also in Vyakarana, prathama vibhakti always indicates the vidheya. It's a general rule, not specific to Vyakarana. That is why Panini has not given a special sutra to indicate what prathama vibhakti is. Prathama vibhakti is always the vidheya. So, yan vidhiyate, yan bhavati. इकः स्थाने यण् भवति. कदा? अचि इति श्रूयते. अचि इति सप्तमी एकवचनं. सप्तमी विभक्त्याः अर्थः परे, अर्थात् अव्यवहित पूर्वस्य कार्यं भवति. तस्मिन् इति निर्दिष्टे पूर्वस्य इति परिभाषया अचि परे इत्यर्थः. कः अर्थः लब्धः? इकः स्थाने यण् स्यात् अचि परे. तदेव उच्यते दीक्षितैः सूत्रार्थे. इकः स्थाने यण् स्यात् अचि संहितायां विषये. संहितायाम् इत्यधिकारः अस्ति. तस्मात् इकः स्थाने यण् स्यात्. When ik is followed by ach, achi pare, ikaha. When immediately followed by ach, the ik letter will be replaced by a yand letter, is the sutrartha. What is ik? Idani pratyahara. Pratyahara katham kriyante? Adirantena saheta. अन्त्येन इता सहितः आदिः मध्यगानां स्वस्य च संज्ञास्य. अन्त्येन इता नाम ककारेण. ककारः अयून् ऋलृक् इत्यत्र ककारः श्रूयते. तस्य हलन्त्यम् इति संज्ञा. तेन ककारेण सहितः आदिः इकारः मध्यगानां ऊरुलृ एतेषां स्वस्य च इकारस्य च संज्ञास्य समन्वयः. Just repeating this. I'm sure you don't need this explanation, but that is the way of putting it in the Shastra. If you are asked a sutra and tell how can you apply that sutra in ik, that is how you would explain. Okay, so ik is the 4 letters I, U, R, R, but it is not just that. It is 18. I means the 18 types of I. How? Tulyasya Prayatnam Savarnam tells that how is 18 I 18? Doing a quick recap. उकालो ह्रस्व दीर्घ प्लुतः इत्यनेन ह्रस्व इकारः दीर्घ इकारः प्लुत इकारः. पुनः उच्चैरुदात्तः नीचैरनुदात्तः समाहारस्वरितः इत्यनेन उदात्तानुदात्तस्वरित इति प्रभेदाः. पुनः मुखनासिकावचनोनुनासिकः इत्यनेन अनुनासिकः अनुनासिकः आहत्य 18 भेदाः सम्भवन्ति इकारस्य. तेषां सर्वेषां तुल्यास्य प्रयत्नं सवर्णम् इत्यनेन सवर्णसंज्ञा विहिता. समानस्थानप्रयत्नत्वात्. स्थानं तालु प्रयत्नश्च विवृतः. सवर्णसंज्ञायां सत्याम् अनुदितसवर्णस्य शाप्रत्ययः इति सूत्रेण सवर्णग्रहणम्. इकारः इत्युक्ते 18 प्रभेदाः इति. इकारः नाम 18 इकाराः गृह्यन्ते. ततः यण्. यण् नाम य व ऋ ल. हयवरट् इत्युक्ते यकारादारभ्य लणः णकारपर्यन्तं य व ऋ ल इति वर्णाः. पुनः अच्. अच् इत्यपि प्रत्याहारः. सर्वे स्वराः. तत्र अकार इकार उकार ऋकाराणाम् 18 प्रभेदाः. वर्णस्य 12 तस्य दीर्घाभावात्, एचामपि 12 तेषां ह्रस्वाभावात्. सर्वे अचः अच् इत्यनेन सङ्गृहीताः भवन्ति. कः अर्थः? इक इक् प्लस् अच् अचः अव्यवहितपूर्वत्वेन इक् वर्णः अस्ति चेत् इकः स्थाने यण् वर्णः भवति इति सूत्रार्थः। स्थानतः आन्तर्यात् ईकारस्य यकारः। इदानीम् इक् इत्युक्ते एतावन्तः वर्णाः सन्ति, यण् इत्युक्ते चत्वारः युगृल् वर्णाः सन्ति। तस्य कः आदेशः इत्युक्ते स्थानतः आन्तर्यात्। इदमपि पूर्वमेव दृष्टम्। स्थाने अन्तरतमः प्रसङ्गे सति सदृशतमः आदेशः स्यात् इत्युच्यते। सादृश्यं चतुर्विधं। तत्र स्थानतः सादृश्यं स्वीक्रियते चेत् इकारस्य यकारः, उकारस्य वकारः, ऋकारस्य रेफः, ऋकारस्य लकारश्च आदेशः इति निश्चीयते समानस्थानत्वात्। अतः सुधी उपास्यः इत्युदाहरणम्। सुधीभिः उपास्यः। सुधियः नाम पण्डिताः, पण्डितैः उपास्यः अर्चनीयः नाम भगवान् इत्यर्थः। सुधीभिः उपास्यः यः विद्वद्भिः पूज्यते सः सुध्युपास्यः। सुधी उपास्यः अयं समासः। किमर्थम् इदमेव उदाहरणं दत्तं दीक्षितैः इत्युक्ते अत्र संहिता नित्या, सन्धिः करणीय एव। So Dikshita always chooses his examples very carefully. So he can give an iti api or some other common example of yan, but then there the samhita is vivaksha. As I said, it is optional. So Dikshita does not give you an option. You have to do the sandhi here because it is samasa and the samhita is nitya. Right? So sudhi upasyaha. Sudh I u. Ikaraha ik. Ikah sthane achipare यण् आदेशः स्यात्। अतः ईकारस्य स्थाने यकारे सुद्धि उपास्यः सुध्युपास्यः इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति। Right? So this is yan sandhi where you have the ik letters will be replaced by yan letters. We'll see the other examples later. Now further on, once you have the ik is replaced by yan, can you do anything else? Because you see that in all prakriya there are series of steps. Once you do one karya, if there is an option for doing something else, you will also have to do it. इदानीम् अग्रिमं सूत्रं भवति। सुद्धि उपास्यः इति जाते अनचि च इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम्। पदद्वयम् अस्ति अनचि च। अष्टमाध्याये अस्ति, त्रिपाद्याम् अस्ति इदं सूत्रम्। यरोनुनासिकेन अनुनासिको वा इति पूर्वस्मात् सूत्रात् यरः इति अनुवर्तते। यरोनुनासिके इति दोषः अस्ति। अचोरहाभ्यां द्वे इत्यपि सूत्रम्। इदं 47 सूत्रं 45 भवति यरोनुनासिकेनुनासिको वा इति। ततः यरः इति अनुवर्तते। अचोरहाभ्यां द्वे इति 46 सूत्रं। ततः अचः इति द्वे इति च अनुवर्तते। पदत्रयम् अनुवृत्तम्। यरः इति अचः इति द्वे इति। कः अर्थः? अचः इति पञ्चमी। अत्र अचोरहाभ्याम् इत्यत्र यत् अचः इति श्रूयते तत् पञ्चमी विभक्तौ अस्ति। पञ्चम्याः कः अर्थः? तस्मादित्युत्तरस्य नाम अचः परस्य इत्यर्थः। यरः इति षष्ठी। षष्ठी स्थाने योग इत्यतः यरः स्थाने। अचः परस्य यरः स्थाने द्वे इति प्रथमा विधेयः। द्वे स्यात्। यरः द्वे द्वित्वं भवति इत्यर्थः। अनचि न अचि अनचि। अच् नाम स्वरः। अचि इत्युक्ते सप्तमी। तस्मिन् इति निर्दिष्टे पूर्वस्य अत्यनेन अचि परे न इति अर्थः। आहत्य कः सूत्रार्थः? अचः परस्य यरः द्वे वास्तः न तु अचि। क्षम्यतां, यरोनुनासिकेनुनासिको वा इत्यतः वा इत्यपि अनुवर्तते। तस्मात् अचः परस्य यरः द्वे वास्तः न तु अचि। What does it mean? When there is an ach which is followed by a yer which is not followed by ach. Three things are specified. First, there is an ach which is followed by yer and which is not followed by ach. Ach, yer and anach. When you have this case satisfied, then there will be a dvitva for the yer. That is, the yer varna will be doubled. If you had one yer varna earlier, you will have two now. That is dvitva, dvestaha. And the sutra is optional. That is, you can either do the dvitva or not do the dvitva. Clear? इदानीं सुध्युपास्यः इति पश्यामः इकारस्य स्थाने इको एणचि इत्यनेन यणादेशः कृतः इदानीं सुध्यु उपास्यः स उ ध य उ अत्र उकारः अच् धकारः यर् यर् इति प्रत्याहारः हयवरट् इत्यत्र यकारादारभ्य शशसर् इत्यत्र सकारपर्यन्तम् अर्थात् हकारं विहाय अन्ये सर्वे हलः यरः यर is a pratyahara which will collect all vyanjanas other than hakara. Okay? So dhakara is a hal which is not ha, so dha belongs to yar, and dha is followed by y. Y is not an ach, y is not a swara. So the conditions of this sutra to apply, anachita to apply, are this: there should be an ach which is followed by yar, which is not followed by ach. Okay? So now ukara is the ach, dhakara is the yar, and yakara is the na ach, something different than ach. So now yaraha dvestaha, the yar varna will be doubled. So you have s u dh th y, ekah dhakaraha asit, tasya dvitve dhakaradvayam bhavati, suddhyupasyah iti dhakaradvayam shruyate. Anachita ityanena dvitvam, achah parasya yarah द्वे वास्तः न तु अचि, द्वित्वे कृते सुध्युपास्यः इति धकारद्वयं श्रूयते. Clear? So once we reach this stage, Dikshita takes a deviation and he brings in some very, very important concepts of Vyakarana. Okay? So what he tells next will not apply here. That is, he gives 3 sutras which will not make any change to this form. The form will remain as in. We have at the end of Anachita, we have Su Dhu Dhu Yu Upasyaha. At the end of 3 more sutras, we still end up with the same form. But the question here he tries to address is, will this form happen? Is this correct? That is, we did a Dvitva to Dhakara using Anachita. Is that correct? Can the Dvitva happen here or not? Is the question. Right? So to answer that, he takes a deviation and introduces a very, very important concept of Vyakarana, which is called Sthanivat Bhava. Sthanivat Bhava iti Vyakarana Shastre Atyantam Pramukham Sadhanam. It is one of the major techniques which Panini uses to derive the correct forms. So what is Sthanivat Bhava? Basically, Sthanivat Bhava is very simple. स्थानिवत्, स्थानी नाम कः? यस्य स्थाने कार्यम् आदेशः भवति सः स्थानी. स्थानी is the original letter to which you do some karya. That is, a letter which you replace or which you delete or you add on to that letter is called sthani. For example, if you have Sudhi Upasyaha, Ikara is the sthani and Yakara is the Adesha. Okay. So the sutra tells, Sthanivat Adesha tells, Adesha Sthanivat Syat. Consider the Adesha to be like Sthani in some particular aspects. Okay. So why do we need this? Because in the Bhashya there is one very common example which the Bhashyakara quotes. He says, Upadhyayasya sthane shishyaha yajyakulani gatva agrasanadini lapate. There is a guru who will always conduct the sacrifices or something. One day, the guru could not go due to some reason, and the shishya, his disciple, goes in his place. Sthane, guroho sthane shishyaha yajyakulani gatva. The disciple goes to somewhere, to some sacrificial place, in the place of his guru. He replaces the guru somewhere. Agrasanadini lapate. There, the shishya will be treated like the guru is. When he is going in place of the guru, he will get all the whatever, say the agrasana or dakshina or whatever the guru gets. So it is the sthana mahima, it is the place which holds the respect and not the person. Right? So if the shishya is going in guru's place, he will be treated like guru. Okay. So that is a general analogy with which the Bhashyakara gives, which means even when you do the adesha will still be treated like sthani in some cases. Sthanivat adeshaha. Adeshaha sthani sadrishaha bhavati. Iti sutrarthaha. Udaharanam pashyamah. राम इति प्रातिपदिकात् चतुर्थी विभक्तौ एकवचने ङे इति प्रत्ययः क्रियते ङे इति सुप् प्रत्ययः सुऔजस् अमौ
Hello, namaste. I think probably Soumya disconnected. Let us just wait for her to come back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Soumya, looks like you're back again.
Where was I when you lost the connection?
If you bring up the...
Could you hear when I introduced Thanivat Bhava?
Yes, you just started with Sthanivat Bhava and you were explaining us how the Sthani is and then the example of Rama plus Nge. Can you start with the example again?
Yeah, sure. You can see my screen, no?
Yes, very much.
स्थानिवद्भावस्य उदाहरणार्थं राम इति प्रातिपदिकात् ङे इति प्रत्ययः क्रियते ङे इति सुप् प्रत्ययः सुप् इति पुनः प्रत्याहारः प्रातिपदिकात् एकविंशतिः प्रत्ययाः क्रियन्ते सु औजस् अम् औच्छस् ताभ्यां भिस् ङेभ्यां भिस् इत्यादि रीत्या चतुर्थी विभक्तौ एकवचने ङे इति प्रत्ययः क्रियते ङे इत्यस्य य इति आदेशः क्रियते ङे इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय य. The sutra is Gneryah. Directly says replace Gne with Ya. So you did Rama and Ya. Now, this Rama, the Akara should get a Dirgha. As you know, the Rupa will be Ramaya. In Chaturthi Ekavachana, it is Ramaya, Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam. Now you need a Dirgha. For the Dirgha, there is a sutra which is Supicha. Supicha iti sutrena Dirghaha vidhiyate. Kimuchyate anena sutrena? Supi pare. Sup pratyaya pare. अकारस्य दीर्घः भवति इति सूत्रार्थः किन्तु य इत्ययं न सुप् य इज नॉट सुप् राइट सुप् इज ओनली व्हाट इज इंक्लूडेड इन दैट प्रत्याहार व्हिच इज सु औचस् अम् औच्छस् ताभ्यां भिस् ङेभ्यां भिस् नसिभ्यां भिस् नस् ओस् आम् नि ओस् सुप्. There are 21 pratyayas which are declared by a sutra and only those are called sup. This ङे is sup because it is included in the pratyahara. But once you replace ङe with ya, ya is not sup. If it is not sup, you cannot do dirgha by supicha. Okay. So now you use sthanivat-bhava. Sthanivat-bhava says adeshah sthanivat syat. Adeshah nama yakara adesh. Yadeshah sthanivat. Sthanikah artha ङe iti sthani. Sthanivat syat. The adesha will be like sthani. Means if ङे is sup, sthani dharmaha adeshe atidishyante. Whatever the dharma is of the sthani, whatever are the qualifications of the sthani, they will also be imposed onto the adesha. That is called atidesha. If you remember, there are 6 types of sutras. Samnya cha paribhasha cha vidhir niyama eva cha atideshaha idam atidesha sutram sthanivat adesha. The adesha is not actually sthani, but you are imposing the qualities of the sthani on the adesha. So this is atidesha. Now whatever the qualities of the sthani, that is nye, you impose on ya. So by sthanivat bhava, you say that since nye is sup, the adesha ya is also sup. Okay, so because this is sup, now you can do dirgha using supicha and you end up with ramaya. Ya iti adesha tasya swayam suptvam nasti, किन्तु आदेशः स्थानिवत् स्यात् इति सूत्रेण अस्यापि स्थानिवत् भावे कृते ञे इति स्थानिनि यत् सुप्त्वम् अस्ति तत् आदेशे य इत्यस्मिन् अपि भवति, तदा सुपि च इत्यनेन दीर्घे कृते रामाय इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति. This is the use of स्थानिवत् भाव. It is used in lots of places. You need it everywhere, because once you do an adesha, it is not a completely different entity. It is still connected to the sthani and it still behaves like the sthani. That is the general behavior of any adesha. So that is given by sthanivad adesha. But sthanivad bhava does not apply everywhere. Right? So there is an exception with the Sutrakara himself mentions. Example, you have div and su. Div iti pratipadikaat supratyayah kriyate. अस्य वकारस्य दिव औत् इति सूत्रेण औकारादेशः क्रियते. The v is replaced by औ. You have di औ su. Now the question is, अत्र स्थानिवद् भावः भवति वा इति प्रश्नः. औकारः आदेशः, आदेशः स्थानिवत् नाम वकारवत् स्यात्. The औ will become like v. In what way like v? In being a hal. V is a hal and au is not. But if you say adesha is like sthani, then au will also be treated as hal in this particular case. So what is the problem if we treat au as hal? Is there is a sutra which tells halgyabhyo dirghat sutisya prittam hal. If the supratyaya is following a hal, then it will get lopa. If you find any halanta shabda like sharat, marut, whatever, you see that the s is not held because it gets lopa. Whenever supratyaya is following the hal, it will get lopa. Now here, using sthanivad bhava, if you say that au is like v and it becomes hal, then supratyayasya lopaha prapnoti. Aukarasya sthanivad bhavena vakaratve, vakarasya haltvat, halgyabhyo dirghat sutisya prittam hal ityanena lopaha prapnoti. Etan nivaranaya sutrakarena kimuktam sthanivad analvidhau iti uktam. सूत्रम संपूर्णं सूत्रं भवति स्थानिवदादेशो अनल्विधौ. स्थानिवत् आदेशः तदा अनल्विधौ, न अल्विधिः अनल्विधिः. अल् नाम एकः वर्णः. ऐउन् इत्यतः अकारादारभ्य हल् इत्यत्र लकारपर्यन्तम् अल् इति प्रत्याहारः. अल् नाम यः कोऽपि एकः वर्णः इत्यर्थः. न अल्विधिः, अल्विधिः नाम एकः अल् भवति. अर्थात् यत्र स्थानी अल् भवति, एक एव वर्णः स्थानी, एकस्य वर्णस्य स्थाने आदेशः क्रियते, तम् आश्रित्य कार्यं कर्तव्यं. स्थानी यः एकः वर्णः भवति, तम् आश्रित्य किमपि कार्यं क्रियते. There are two things. One is if the sthani happens to be a single letter, and if you are trying to do something using that single letter, then there is no sthanivat bhava. Is what he says, analvidho. For example, if you come back to our example, divsu, the sthani is v. V vakarasya sthane aukarah vidhiyate. Vakarah sthani. Sthani ekah eva varnah. There is only one letter which is v, which is the sthani. And using this vakara, you are trying to do supratyaya lopa using halgyabhyo dirghat. So in such a case, sthanivad bhava will not apply, is what the sutra tells. Sthanivad adeshah अनल्विधौ, यत्र अल्विधिः एकं वर्णम् आश्रित्य स्थानिनि विद्यमानम् एकमेव वर्णम् आश्रित्य कार्यं क्रियते, तत्र स्थानिवद् भावः न भवति इति सूत्रार्थः. If you go back to the previous example, saying area, you see that the sthani is not one al. There are two letters, n and a. The sthani is nye and there are two letters there. So sthanivad bhava will apply here. Wherever the sthani is a single letter, then you have a problem. You do not have Sthanivat Bhava. Okay. So if we come back to the actual sutra now, Sthanivat Adesho Analvidho. Trini Padani Santi. Sthanivat Adesha Analvidho. Adesha Sthanivat Syat.
Sumaj, a quick question. Sorry, I don't have any ways to raise my hand. In the ne, if you consider nakar as an it, then it's only a single varna, right?
Told in the nye yaha. The Panini is telling nye is replaced by ya and not the a. And also the suktva, the dharma. I mean, Sthanivat Bhava is. I'm trying to make it simple, but it is not so. The Sthanivat Bhava will depend where it says the thing which you are trying to use. What you need here is the suktva, right? You need ya to be called sup. And the thing sup, the suktva resides in the samudaya n and a. It does not exist only in a. Okay. So the sthani here is 2 letters because nyer yaha tells nye is replaced by ya. And the suktva which you are trying to use also resides in 2 letters. The combination of 2 letters, which is n and a, and not in a single letter. So that is why Sthanivat Bhava will happen here. Is that answer?
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Sthanivat Adeshah Analvidho. Adeshah Sthanivat Syat Natu Sthanyalashya Vidho. Sthani एकः अल् भवति चेत् तमाश्रित्य विधिः प्रवर्तते चेत् तत्र स्थानिवत् भावः नास्ति अन्यथा आदेशः स्थानिवत् स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. So we use स्थानिवत् bhava in lots of places throughout Vyakaranam. Now the question you should have is, what is the relevance of स्थानिवत् bhava to Suddhyupasya, which we will see in the next class, I think. Takes a bit of explaining, so let's see about it in the next class. So just go through Sthanivat Bhava and try to understand it. Any questions now about what we did today or earlier?
So just quickly on that Iko Yanachi, there I just wanted to confirm one thing. Is that Yan will not consider Yavala Dvida because it is Pratyaya, yeah. Right? Okay.
Exactly. I wanted to ask the question and I forgot. I wanted to put the question why U is not Apratyaya. This question was for others. When we did Iko Nityaharas, I said E is 18, U is 18, R is 18 and R is 12. It should also have been U, V and L are 2 types each. Anunasika, Ananunasika bhedena Yavalaha Dvidha. U always means 2, which is Ananunasika yakara and a Sanunasika akara. Similarly, V and L. So I should have put U brackets 2, V bracket 2. Why not that is a question. So the answer is again Anudit Savarnasya cha Apratyaha. Avidhiyamanaha Anu Udiccha. I told when Yan is not Vidheya. Now you must understand what that is Avidhiyamana is. Yan is the Vidheya here. That is the one which is being mandated. So there is no Savarna Grahana. Wherever it is a Vidheya, then it will only take itself and not its Savarnas. So you will not say that U is 2 here, it is only 1. V is also only 1 and L is also only 1. Okay. Any other ways? Any Krishna?
Okay, if nobody has a question, I have one more question. We cannot use Yatha Sankhya Manodesha Samanam there?
Exactly. According to Dikshita, you cannot. That is why I showed all that numbers, because Yatha Sankhya is when there are equal numbers. So here the Sthani is 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus 12. You will get some 62 or whatever. The number of Sthanis is that, and the Adesha is only 4. So he uses Sthana Sadrisha and not Yatha Sankhya.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? So we can stop here. येनाक्षरसमां नायम् अधिगम्यमहेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते. One thing, I won't be able to take the class this Friday and next Wednesday. I have to go elsewhere. So there won't be any class on this Friday and Wednesday, and probably also on Monday. I think it's a break of say 1 week. So we won't be having the next 3 classes. So the next class will be on next Friday, which is 20th, right? Yeah. Next class will be on 20th of August.